What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Anthony.
I'm Ryan.
And we're back. If you guys didn't see yesterday, we uploaded our post-NFL Combine mock draft. Go check it out. There were some trades in there. We had 4 quarterbacks go inside the top 7. So go check it out. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Rate us 5 stars if you're listening to this episode. And here's a word from our sponsor before we get into it.
Little Italy Pizzeria, located in Townsend, Delaware. Be sure to come in and check it out. Let them know that the greatest podcast on turf sent you. They will take care of you. Show proof that you're subscribed, that you listen to us, and they will hook you up with an additional discount. If this guy is here, he has said before that he will buy your meal.
Yes, he will.
If you show
proof you're subscribed. Yeah. We have a lot to, unload. Yeah, there's a lot that's happened. This was supposed to be an NFL Combine Risers and Fallers episode, which it will be, but probably not till like 10 minutes in or so. We got we got Ja Mixon, Ja Warrant, or Ja Wick, Gino, Danny Dimes, Saquon, Lamar. Where do you want to, JJ Redick? Where do you want to start? I guess just go NBA real quick, just because they'll be quick.
Yeah.
I mean, Ja Morant's a jackass.
He could be suspended for 50 games.
I mean, I just... Listen. You don't have ops. You're in the NBA. You're one of the best point guards in the league. You have no ops. Why do you need a gun? On a team plane. They have security. They're in the NBA. It's not like they're moving like... They don't have motion. Like, this isn't like... Why is this a thing?
Even if you do, just have security.
Yes, and you're...
just keep it away from the team planes, because nobody's going to go run up on your team plane. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
So when you get off the team plane, why don't you just hire security?
Literally. I mean, this is like the 3rd or 4th thing. He had the thing with the Pacers where someone pointed a gun with a beam at the car. He beat up a 17-year-old kid over the summer and flashed the gun on IG Live.
And apparently if the gun was anywhere near the team facility, he's 50 games suspended.
Isn't it like a federal crime too to bring guns on airplanes and stuff no
Probably.
matter what? I think it's like a federal crime.
And apparently Steven Adams had a talk with the team about their behavior. And then he went to the club.
Listen, I'm all for being cocky and having swag and talking that shit, but
I'm even for partying every once in a while.
Yeah, there's a line.
He's crossing it.
You think?
Yeah.
Then we got... What else?
JJ Redick. Not much to say, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him and Kendrick Perkins yell at each other for a couple minutes.
Granted, I don't watch First Take and probably never will again. But
I don't watch First Take. I've never really watched First Take. I respect that. I always say I respect the hell out of Stephen A. Smith, but I don't agree with how they do their jobs and how the mainstream sports analysts do their jobs. Yes, I understand they do what gets clicks, whatever. That's just not me, and I just refuse to ever do that or stoop to that level.
I watch it on Twitter, though.
Yep. NFL time. Geno Smith got paid. What was this? 3-year, 105?
3-year, 105, with the last year being pretty voidable. The first 2 being most of the money, which makes sense. If they draft a rookie quarterback, which they could do, you could get rid of Geno eventually. I think this just sets up them drafting one next year. I could see them trading their picks this year.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, it's
just to load up on next year.
I just don't get it, though, because Geno Smith is not winning you a Super Bowl.
And
yes, he was good last year. Took you guys playoffs, whatever. 9-10 wins, whatever.
It's hard to think like that, though, because if we honestly thought like that, how many teams would just sell out? There's only 10 quarterbacks that can win you a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, the Saints would have never brought in Derek Carr.
It's just weird. A 32-year-old Geno Smith at $40 million a year, I guess it's the QB market, because we talked about it on the mock draft. You kind of said it. Dak's $35 million extension was 3 years ago now. It was crazy. And now it's oh, damn, it looks... You said it's a fucking cheap deal.
Pat Mahomes is cheap right now.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is only $10 million more than Daniel Jones. So...
And also, 6 more years on his contract.
That's why people, don't understand. You gotta just... It's about quarterbacks. It's about anybody really. You just let it rock.
And Danny Dimes getting $40 million a year is crazy.
I'm pretty sure I saw somebody thinks that two interior defensive linemen are gonna make $20 million this year, and they weren't that good. I'm trying to think who it is.
Who?
I can't. Maybe the guy on Washington, Deron Payne. He's gonna make
him and Hargrave
plus.
Maybe.
Yeah, him and Hargrave are gonna make 20 plus, and like they might, but would I do it? No. But at the same time, I mean, it's just gonna keep increasing every year. So how the hell am I supposed to know? Hargrave ain't worth $20 million.
Deshaun Watson ruined every positional market with the fucking guaranteed money, and you know who's biting the bullet for it?
Everybody else?
Lamar Jackson.
No.
Yes.
No. He'll get paid.
I mean, he's lucky that Daniel Jones has got 40 because now he can justify Lamar Jackson with Daniel Jones getting $40 million. He can justifiably ask for like 50.
Yes. Anybody can.
Pretty much. I mean,
Gina just got 35.
What the hell is like Tua, Hurts, Burrow, Herbert gonna get if Daniel Jones got 40 and Geno Smith got 35?
They'll probably be like the 50-55 range. Like with Mahomes or higher.
Yeah, I mean
60 even, I don't know. It just keeps it's increasing a lot.
I mean, there's no way we see $100 million a year, right? Like no way.
It's increasing way too much. Like a couple years ago, Dak was like top 3.
Dak was top 3 at 35 mil, and now he's what?
Now he's 10.
Yeah.
At 35, and now I don't know. It's increased $15 million in 3 years.
I mean,
it's increasing $5 million a year.
Who the just like that's a lot of money.
It's increasing $5 million each year. So imagine if a quarterback just like I'll take 20. The super team that they could build.
If one of these say Joe Burrow was like I'll take $20 million a year. Imagine what they can do.
And we're not saying you have to, because I don't know. I would take my cheddar with my first contract. I ain't gonna.
I feel like haven't seen many instances where it happens. The only one I can think of is Tom Brady doing it all them years.
I mean, there's probably a couple, but yes.
I mean, Tom Brady was making pennies compared to what these QBs are making in New England.
Yeah.
I don't know though, dude. It's like, and Lamar is like, I think teams are starting to say that they're like out on him or they're all set, whatever, just because I don't think they want to do the guaranteed money thing.
No, because he's injury prone.
I don't think that I would do that with any quarterback, injury prone or not.
Yeah, the problem is you have to.
I know, and that's just like...
Unless you win a Super Bowl in their rookie contract, which is kind of hard to do.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it's the easiest time to do it, but it's hard to find a quarterback that can win a Super Bowl all the time.
I mean, you got to think Cincy almost did it. Philly was this close.
Yeah, but they have quarterbacks that are worth paying. But if you look at all the other quarterbacks that aren't worth paying, like, I don't know, Daniel Jones.
I mean, what did Derek Carr just get? Didn't he get like 35, 37?
I think so.
Why?
He might have got more.
Listen, I'm the biggest Derek Carr guy, and I may contradict myself, but Derek Carr, I love him. He's not that good anymore.
4-year, $150 million contract with $100 million guaranteed.
What is that? Like, what is that? What 4-year, $100 million, 25?
35. 25 would be 100.
Oh, ooh.
35, I'm pretty sure. 35 is 140.
How far off is Derek Carr from Dak Prescott?
Very far.
Like, very, very far?
It's
Like
a tier break.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. It's weird, and these contracts with these quarterbacks, as we're starting to see more good young quarterbacks, it's going to be interesting. Like, just say Caleb Williams pans out. Is he the first $100 million quarterback?
He'll be 60.
At least. I mean, I don't know.
That Niners way is looking better and better every time I look.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get Baker Mayfield and send it. Joe Mixon?
Yeah.
Come to Dallas, baby. Let's go.
Dallas is, I mean, at this rate, the Cowboys are getting Jalen Carter, Ja Morant, Joe Mixon, D-Hop, Jalen Ramsey,
Stetson Bennett. Just to be the backup.
Just all the big names and all, like, the guys with allegations are in. I'm surprised they didn't get Watson.
Yeah, he's a little too expensive for a case.
It's fair. But, I mean...
Stats benefits the more. Oh, I saw this. I think you'll think it's kind of corny, but it's kind of funny at the same time.
The one you sent me with Michael Irvin's face was pretty funny.
Stetson Bennett
running from the cop car is crazy.
It's kind of corny, but I thought it was funny.
But nah, I mean, I don't even want to talk about Joe Mixon. It's just like, because you don't know.
Yeah.
But allegedly, he let off a firearm at an 11-year-old kid.
Apparently, no, that was a fake account. But I mean, in theory, he could have just literally shot up in the air. And people do that on New Year's Eve, but it's illegal. In theory. He could have been like, yo, get out of my yard. The kid didn't get out of his yard. He shot up in the air. Is it wrong? Yes. But
the little kid's rich.
The little kid shouldn't be in his yard.
It's fair.
But, you know what I mean? Everything goes both ways.
Yeah.
Was he in the wrong? Yeah. But at the same time, watch your damn kids.
That's fair.
Respectfully.
Yeah. NFL Combine risers and fallers. Combine is over. We are about 1 month and 3 weeks from the draft now.
Isn't it the 27th?
27th is the first night.
So 1 month, 20 days.
I checked. I don't have baseball because that would have been bad. I would not have been going.
I might be golfing that day.
What, the 27th?
Yeah.
With who?
Work people.
Oh, nice. That's fun. Huh. So
but
you lost your office, but you get to go to a golf outing.
Yeah.
Nice. But now we got combine risers and fallers. There was a lot of risers and some fallers. But I mean, it was kind of whole position groups. I feel like some of you could just say risers, fallers.
Should we start with the risers to be uplifting at the start?
I mean, yeah. To start off, you got two of the quarterbacks. Two of the quarterbacks, you could argue won. Two of them you could argue lost or didn't really. I mean, obviously the biggest one, Anthony Richardson. 4.44 at 6'4", 240 is crazy.
Doing backflips.
Highest vertical
ever for a quarterback.
He threw the ball good.
So,
I mean, Anthony Richardson is arguably the biggest winner of the combine.
Yeah, he elevated himself to the high. Well, in my opinion, he already had a high ceiling, but now he has like an even higher ceiling.
Yeah.
That we didn't really know was possible.
Yeah.
And he could be an absolute weapon for teams. He has the body that can run and not get hurt as often. And he also has the body to sit in the pocket and throw. So he has the highest upside.
If Anthony Richardson isn't a quarterback, he's a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, 6'4", 240 for a quarterback is crazy.
He could be an edge rusher.
Literally. At running four. I mean, it's like Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith is bigger than that and ran a sub 4.4?
Yeah.
I mean, there's like I think it was like a 4.39 officially.
I don't know how these guys do it, but I respect the hell out of it.
I think my senior year, I ran like a 5.4.
Attaboy.
Yeah. I think I was a 5.4 40-yard dash my senior year.
I have no idea what
Granted, I've always been very slow, so 5.4 is like pretty good.
I have no idea what I'll do. Also, C.J. Stroud had a good day.
QB1.
I think some people thought his arm wasn't as good as he displayed. I've realized that he's not a runner at all. He has the ability, but I heard that he only broke 4 tackles in his college career.
He has the ability to run, but
and 3 of them were against Georgia.
He didn't really use it or display it until the Georgia game. And I think that a good NFL coach is going to see that and use that to their advantage.
I always think about it like, if it only happens one game, would you rather take the stats from every other game or just that one game? Granted, I mean, I think he could do it, but he at least has the body to not have to do it. He's 6'3".
Yeah, it's like, even if he is just like a Joe Burrow, can throw the ball. He can get the job done in a read option or a scramble if he needs to. Like, that's fine.
Pat Mahomes.
Like, that works. Like, C.J. Stroud doesn't have to come out here and be Lamar Jackson or, like, one of those guys. Like, he's got all the intangibles to come out here and play similar to Burrow, Mahomes, guys like that.
He showed that he's had the arm. He has the arm to do that.
Yeah.
People didn't think that he would have the arm to do that. Or he might not.
So, I mean, Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud are 2 very big winners of the Combine. Then you got another guy who's a really big one. Kalijah Kancey had a bit.
I don't know how much. I'm jumping into the hype, but
dude, literally
can't deny the numbers.
Same storyline, same number, same storyline and numbers as Aaron Donald, literally to a T.
Yeah,
I think Aaron Donald was 4 less pounds than Kalijah Kancey, and that was like the biggest difference on their measurements.
There's no doubting the storyline, and I do love a good storyline. I'm not buying into the hype because he's still a D tackle, but he's definitely a riser.
Yes, and I mean now it's kind of just really like. I mean, you could argue like position groups, like the tight ends, great tested all around. They all tested real good. Darnell Washington, Dalton Kincaid, they all just some of them. They all tested really, really well. The corners, Christian Gonzalez specifically, my CB1. I said it on the mock draft. Christian Gonzalez is going to come in year one and have the same impact that Pat Surtain and Jalen Ramsey had out at corner his year one.
That's very bold.
I think he's that good, and I think he really can do it.
Putting him at All-Pro already is crazy.
Now, because I'm saying it, it's not going to happen. This guy's going to be one of the biggest busts ever.
You can just say that he's going to be good, but you're throwing him All-Pro.
He is going to be that good. Who else? I would say from the receiver standpoint, really only one guy that really won out of the receiver group.
Probably.
What did my boy Zay run? Zay Flowers. What did he run?
4.42.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Charlie Jones ran a 4.43.
Yup.
He's a Cowboy.
Yup. I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba proved he's the best route runner in the class. Solidified himself as my receiver one.
He's mine too.
I mean, he's just Jackson Smith-Njigba JSN. He had an amazing combine. Caught the ball really well. Ran very polished, crisp routes. I mean, he kind of just went out there. He knew that the receiver one spot for a lot of people was wide open. He knows that people were writing him off because the injuries and he didn't play his senior year, whatever. It's fine. I mean, we've seen arguably the best receiver in the NFL didn't play his senior year, top 5 pick, well warranted in Jamar Chase. Now, I'm not saying Jackson Smith-Njigba is nearly as good as Jamar Chase was in college. I'm just saying based off principle.
That's fair.
It's like, I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba really stole the show, and I think it helped him a lot that none of the other receivers had good combines at all.
No.
I mean, what? 3 of our biggest losers are wide receivers.
Yeah. Just stay on the winners for now.
I mean, then we got Bijan.
Bijan had a pretty good day. He ran the same. He was in between Saquon and Christian McCaffrey.
Yup.
He ran a 4.46. I'm interested in the Akani dude from Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be my fantasy guy this year.
He's going to be a Rashad White, Isaiah Pacheco.
Depends on where he goes. Granted, he is undersized, which is, I hate that. But
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs, the next Kamara, definitely some. Did you see, what's his face? What's his name? Deuce Vaughn. How the hell does he even do that? He's a Cowboy. He's such a Cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Granted, we already have Tony Pollard, but it's fine. He's like 5.
You guys might need someone. No,
He's
Zeke
like
might be getting cut.
5'6".
I know.
And I feel like he's.
I know.
Like, how does he do the things that he does?
Dude, it's mind-boggling to me.
He's like more athletic than Bijan. He's just smaller and doesn't get that much attention.
I know.
Good for him, though.
Guy, I love podcasts. I love doing the podcast so much. It's just like, because I like, not like doing it, but like recording podcasts. Like, it's just so much easier than like being on script and having to just like do one thing.
It's fair.
Like, we focus on 100 different things, and it would spend 18 minutes, and we've talked about 300 people. It's like,
it's fair.
Then a couple of the Georgia boys, Nolan Smith and Darnell Washington. Nolan Smith tested like an athletic freak of nature.
Yes.
Another guy, Maryland corner Deontay Banks, had a really, really good guy. Showed that he arguably is the most overall athletic corner in this draft class. I mean, this class is so deep at the few positions. Corner, tackle, but tackle's very top-heavy. Tight end. There's, say what you want, but there's solid value at receiver toward the end of the first round.
I feel like there's no first-round receivers. There's like one first-round receiver.
There's 2. I'm on the Zay Flowers train, dude.
I don't think he's early first. I think JSN can be early first, and then Zay Flowers in the 20s. And then
Zay Flowers is a Charger. I know he wasn't on our mock draft, but Zay Flowers is a Charger.
I think there's like decent second-round receivers, but there's...
I mean, yeah, but it's just like this draft class, I've been saying it's so weird. It's like top 15 is so heavy. Then after the top 15, 20, I feel like it's just like go take a shot on a guy.
Yeah, I don't love this class.
Like, teams' drafts are going to be made with what they do in the second and third rounds this year. Just because I feel like there's so much value down the board compared to, like, in the first... I mean, some of the first rounds we've seen have been so good. Like, let me find some of, like, my old mock drafts in my phone. I mean, like, the 2020.
I just realized we didn't take Trenton Simpson.
I mean, 2020, dude. Like, Xavier McKinney, Jay Jettas, Kenneth Murray, A.J. Terrell... Pat Queen, Brandon Ayuk, Dre Swift, C.J. Henderson. I mean, some of these classes were so loaded top to bottom.
I mean, we might be saying that about this one, but I don't see it.
Yeah. I mean, these past two draft classes have been weird. I mean, I guess just because 2020 and 2021, right when we really started doing this shit, was so loaded, to, like, look at it now where it's like, oh, like, it's not as loaded. Like, it says a lot, but it doesn't say much at the same time. Just because how good the 2020 and 2021 draft class were. Like, in all aspects. Like, yes, some positions stronger than others. But I think especially with the quarterbacks. I mean, what? Because within 2 years, we got Herbert, Burrow, Tua, Hurts. Jordan Love was a fucking first-round quarterback. And then the year after, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Trevor, Jay Fields.
Yeah.
Then the year after was like, what? Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis.
Next year will be the quarterback year.
Even this year, I think, has the potential. I think C.J. Stroud is going to be really good. I think Anthony Richardson has an extremely high ceiling. I think Will Levis has potential. And Bryce Young definitely has the highest floor out of the four just because he was okay in college, but...
I think there's only two quarterbacks this year, but...
Who's your two? Bryce and Ant Rich?
Ant Rich and C.J. Stroud.
Oh, you're not sold on Bryce either? I think after the Kyler Murray Bryce Young, the Kyler Murray Bryce Young arguments I've had on Twitter made me dislike Bryce Young as a prospect so much more, because it's like how are you going to sit there and try and argue me that Bryce Young's more athletically gifted than Kyler Murray was in college? I was on my way to Millersville for a baseball game. I watched, a 17-minute video on Kyler Murray throwing 50-yard bombs.
For no damn reason.
For just to prove a point. Watching Kyler Murray run 67-yard touchdown runs versus Texas. Gave me goosebumps. But, like, come on. I mean, like, Bryce Young is not that good. So, Alabama quarterbacks are so overrated.
Anyways.
And I hate Bama even more for making the Patriots get Bill O'Brien back.
Fallers.
I'll let you navigate this one. Because I kind of just took over the starters.
That's fair. Oh, also, shout out to Georgia for their watch party. That was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Granted, I feel like more colleges probably do that. I guess they don't.
I don't know.
It's not that bold of an idea, though. I would have thought of that.
Yeah.
Fallers, number one is the receivers, because we got some slow-ass receivers.
In supposedly a very, very speed-heavy receiver class.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt ran a pretty good 40, but he can't catch a cold.
Literally.
And Jordan Addison arguably ain't even a first-round receiver anymore.
Yeah, apparently he
took himself out of the damn first round.
Literally ran himself out of the first round.
Well, he ran a 4.49, and I'm pretty sure he's a pretty small guy. Kayshon Boutte, he ran a 4.5. Granted, he was always had, those concerns. But Rasheed Rice also ran a 4.5. I feel like he's kind of a big guy, though, for some reason.
He's a guy from SMU, right?
Yeah.
I'd say he's about average, I feel like. I don't know why. I feel like if I remember, he's like 6'1", 6'2".
6'2".
So he's Cortland Sutton.
But I don't think Jordan Addison. I think Jordan Addison's probably 5'10".
I think he's 5'10", 5'11". I think he's like 5'11".
He's 6 foot 175. Yeah, you should not be running a 4.5 at 6 foot 175.
No.
Especially since you got to gain weight, because
you're
going to be getting destroyed. Jaden Hazelwood with a 4.66. Should have stayed in Oklahoma, buddy.
Literally. Marvin Mims ran a 4.39.
Yeah, granted.
Mikey was like, did he run himself into the first round? I said no.
He ran himself to the early third.
Yeah, maybe.
He just never ran routes. He just ran straight. Will Levis arguably was a quarterback loser. Granted, he didn't do that bad. However, he didn't do anything to separate himself.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that there would be like a combine video of him absolutely launching a football. Didn't see it. You know, like Zach Wilson had a combine video.
Literally just what I was about to say.
And like that probably damn near got him the top 5. But Will Levis didn't have one, and that's something that he should.
Yeah, I saw a couple of the throws he made were good, but the fact that C.J. Stroud came out there and showed he has the arm that people didn't think, and the fact that Anthony Richardson came out and just had a crazy day, is like, yeah, that hurt Will Levis. Because I mean, when you're in a quarterback class, it's so open like this. It's like you kind of have to do things to separate yourself.
Did you watch this guy though, Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
DTR, no. He run a 5.8?
No.
Or that was his grade?
4.56. 4.56.
DTR, he was best friends with Tate Martell in high school.
He was a baller for UCLA. He was a winner.
Yeah, the Chip Kelly offense.
So I was kind of curious about him.
I was listening to a podcast. These one guys I listened to were saying he could be like a Jalen Hurts.
I was literally calling him a Dak Prescott. So I feel like it's the same situation.
Yeah.
Just like I think he was like a 5th-year senior, 6th.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Who can just come in and be like a Kirk Cousins.
He didn't even play quarterback in high. He played quarterback his senior year of high school because he played receiver because he was with Tate Martell.
Yeah. So I mean.
Yeah,
that's why I asked about him because I was like, he might be something.
Yeah, no, he was good in high school. He's good at UCLA too.
And Andrew Voorhees, unfortunately,
I hate to sit here and say he's a loser. It's just so unfortunate, bro. Like, holy shit.
I'm not saying he's a loser.
See, I don't get it though because some people were like, "Oh, this is why they shouldn't have a combine."
You have to have a combine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't understand.
It's such a bad look to get hurt in a combine, though.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, injuries are just like
they happen.
But to not make it through the combine is such a bad look. And
that's probably one of the biggest gun downs ever.
Like Wanya Morris tearing his hamstring, he would be off my draft board.
Yeah.
I don't think he tore it because he's back in 3 weeks. Yeah, he would still not be on my draft board.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like
even though, like, it just was a tweak probably, and he played a lot, and he just wouldn't be on my draft board.
Yeah, I mean, it was just tough. It's like. This draft class is just very weird to me. I mean, like, I would say, and even, I don't know if you could say Bryce Young is a loser just because I guess people are still high on him for whatever reason, but he didn't measure.
I still don't think he's 5'10". There's just something. I don't know what that guy is, but he's not 5'10".
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's Kyler Murray. They measured the same. He's not. He's not nearly. If Kyler Murray was in this quarterback class, Kyler Murray's QB1 by 100 miles.
I don't think people realize that, like Kyler Murray in college was the best player on the football field at all given times.
And I know, and that's the thing. People get so lost in, like, if a guy comes from college to the NFL and doesn't have a good career, they were still one of the best college football players at that time.
Kyler had something where we would be like he had something that was better than anybody else. I don't think Bryce Young has something that's better than anybody else.
No.
Kyler is still the best player in the NFL when it comes to, like, quarterback escapes.
Yes.
Him and Lamar are the best.
Yeah.
And it's not even close. And Kyler actually has a better arm than Lamar. He's just short. But what is Bryce Young the best at? Literally not a damn thing.
Oh, he's got good football IQ and pocket presence is what I got. There's a response on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, he has that, but so does C.J. Stroud, who's 4 or 5 inches taller.
Yeah, and probably weighs 10 more pounds maybe.
20, 30.
Yeah.
And who has a bigger arm. And then we got Anthony Richardson, who, what does he got? He got all the athleticism. He might not be the most accurate guy, but he at least has something to be the best.
I'll tell you right now.
If you're just average, you're not going to make it. If you're Kirk Cousins.
Hear me out. This is going on all platforms, by the way. Remind myself 28 minutes. C.J. Stroud, Trevor Lawrence, Ant Rich, Justin Fields,
no.
Bryce Young, Trey Lance, Will Levis, Zach Wilson.
No.
Why?
Because C.J. Stroud is nowhere near.
I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, I don't know. It sounded better in my head. Maybe this isn't going everywhere, but it's just like the comparison, like how it's going to pan out. I don't think C.J. Stroud is as sure of a thing as Trevor Lawrence, but that says nothing.
Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields were the best players in high school and then the best players in college. And then they were the top picks in the NFL. C.J. Stroud, I don't know what he was.
Bryce Young was the best player in high school and the best player in college.
Was he?
Him and Bryce Young and DJ Uyunglele, the guy from Clemson
so
that just went to, where did he just go? Oregon State, I think.
I think so.
They Matter Day versus St. John Bosco, California rivals. I watched the highlight. Dude, their teams would go they had some good games. But I mean, I don't know. This year's tough. Is there anything else you want to touch on?
Bryce Young's production score is 99. I don't even know what production score is. At 82 athleticism score. I wonder what Kyler's athleticism. Can I look up Kyler's?
Yeah, look it up.
I just want to see. I feel like I can because I just saw John Ross on here. Why did I allow that to John Ross? Come on, please come on. Please come on.
You might have to just search it on its own. Kyler Murray grades.
Here's John Ross. Okay, yeah. I'll do that. Was it at 82?
Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't see it with Bryce Young. I get it. A lot of people do see it and they love him for whatever reason. Sure, that's you. Great. Everyone has their guys. But just me personally, he's just not enough. I mean, Kyler Murray literally scored a 99. And Bryce Young got an 82. And people are sitting here trying to say that Kyler Murray is not as good as Bryce. Or Bryce Young is as good or better as Kyler Murray was in college.
Athleticism-wise?
Literally. It's not a valid argument.
Yeah. And he was a first-round pick in baseball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bryce Young's more athletic.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly, right? It's people are just... It's funny. One of the guys who was making the argument, I'm friends with him through Twitter. He's a cool dude. So I'm not throwing shade at him. But the other guy that had the nose ring that was trying to sit there and send me clips of Bryce Young being more athletic than Kyler Murray. I mean, come on, bro. Let me... It's just it's so funny because there's some people that you can just tell never played sports in their lives or never have watched sports in their lives, and all of a sudden they're a sports analyst.
Yeah.
It's the one bad thing about Twitter, and we talked about it before, is when you give someone a platform to speak, they just become the biggest asshole in history. And if you say something that you are passionate and genuinely believe, I support it. I'm passionate on some of my things, and I will go stand for it and say it on Twitter. I don't give a shit. I mean, what? What are some of my hot takes? I've had a lot.
I don't even know.
I mean, I was dead set on saying Devin Booker was a superstar back when... I mean, I was right, but...
I still don't think so.
Granted,
our definitions are different.
This was when Phoenix was playing Tyler... When it was Tyler Ulis, D. Book, Marquise Chris, Dragon Bender, and Eric Bledsoe as their 1 through 5. I mean, it's I still think that there's an argument for Derek Carr to be top 10.
There we go. That's the one.
I'll sit there. I'll defend myself on it. Say what you believe. Don't sit there and say shit just to say it. It's corny. It's played out. It's weird. It's so weird to me. I don't know why I let it bother. It just bothers me. You know how I am. Little shit bothers me, and it'll bother me to no end.
How big were Kenny Pickett's hands?
Why?
I was looking at Kyler's. I want to see if Kyler's are bigger. 9.5.
I think Kenny Pickett was I want to say 7 3/4, but that sounds really small.
I don't know how big.
Yes, because remember, they were saying 7 inches is small.
Kyler had bigger hands. Maybe smaller.
I still don't understand how 7 inches is small, but...
I feel like Kenny Pickett's combine is just horrible.
First round pick?
Yeah, but I feel like his athleticism rate
is
god awful.
79.
I wonder if Tom Brady's are coming up.
37.
Tom Brady combine.
I doubt it. They probably didn't even... NFL.com probably wasn't even a thing when Tom Brady was drafted.
No, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I mean...
Not off NFL.com.
It was just
Somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to look at Tom Brady stuff and give him...
Grade Tom Brady's combine.
43. Why the hell is he even here?
Did you see that they were saying that he might come back out of retirement?
Yeah.
I'll be pissed. I would be mad. I'm Tom Brady's biggest fan, and I would be pissed. I would be pissed the F off if he comes out of retirement.
Too?
I will be out of my mind.
If he goes to the enemy,
That would drive me crazy.
of all places.
That would...
What if he came back to New England?
I would still be pissed.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. Temporarily.
I'd
For like
10
10
seconds. I would
seconds.
shed a tear of happiness, but I'd be like, why?
To go win a Super Bowl with Bill.
If Tom Brady came back to New England and win a Super Bowl, I'd probably be angry for maybe a minute, and then it would set in that we're back, and that we're so back.
Oh my god.
Dude, if we got
yourself
Tom Brady,
now that you're back.
if we got Brady, we're so back.
Shut up.
Brady, Lamar's the backup, D-Hop, Ramsey.
You're
Derrick Henry.
You're getting confused with the Cowboys.
I mean, we're set. I don't know, dude. Is there anything else?
I'm good.
Moral of the story, subscribe to the greatest podcast on turf. We will always keep it 100% and genuine and say what we believe. We're not like these fake other mainstream analysts. Show your boys some love. Follow us on all platforms, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.